All right. Welcome to Booze and the Bees. We're the hosts.
Hi, welcome. Sorry for the heating pad. I got injections in my chest, so I'm dying. It's okay.
Yeah, it's been stinking.
No, it's been a rough day, but look, we're still doing the podcast. Look at us go.
We are. It has been a very long day, moving a lot of stuff and seeing doctors.
Yeah, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit that notification bell.
That's the things that we're supposed to do.
Y'all are supposed to do, not us.
Oh,
y'all are supposed to do that. Thank you so much. Things. But yeah, thanks for listening. We're gonna you learn some more stuff.
Yeah, this is like the icebreaker section. So we're just gonna say some questions and then just wander
this is
off.
the icebreaker segment first. We're just
breaking ice.
Breaking the ice.
Oh, speaking of breaking ice. One of my coworkers, I was trying to see like what to call him without saying his name. One of my coworkers came from Florida and he said they do not have Eegees or anything like it there.
No, Eegees is only Tucson.
It's only Tucson?
Yes.
It's not in Phoenix?
No, I don't know, but I think it's a Tucson thing.
Oh, but there's nothing like it anywhere.
What do you mean though? Isn't it like a sandwich place or like the drinks?
The drinks, like the little frost drinks? I was like, well, maybe that wouldn't work in Minnesota because it's cold, but why wouldn't it be there? It's like a sunny place.
There's like two in Arizona. I mean, Phoenix.
In Phoenix? Well, so then it's
mostly
in Arizona.
But I think it originated from Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
They're a Tucson business.
But I was just thinking, like,
if you haven't heard of them, they have these like frozen drinks that have different flavors.
Yeah, it's like those ice shakes with the syrupy stuff in it.
Yeah, kind of like a Slurpee. Kinda, but like a little thicker, yeah. like a snow cone.
Like a snow cone. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
it's like a snow cone, but you drink it.
And you could get a TG, which is like half the ice stuff, half tea. Usually, I get a lemon TG. So good. But then they also have sandwiches and food.
Yeah, but they said there was none of that in Florida. Like nothing like it in Florida. I was like, why? That means that there needs to be one. Eegees blew up.
Yeah.
And imagine you pay $6 for a drink that's like 6 cents in syrup and then water that you froze.
We're gonna start an Eegees franchise now?
No, we're gonna start our own franchise. I said I was gonna call it the Beegees because then who would try to sue us first? The old dead band or the company? And they'd be like, well, it's not named after the franchise in Tucson. And they're like, well, that's cutting it a little close, don't you think? And I'm like, well, who are you gonna fight? Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters?
Babe, starting a franchise sounds exhausting. Babe. We're already doing all this.
Babe, yeah, but imagine our life is just frozen ice and syrup.
Ooh.
Well, ice is always frozen.
I do like helping people.
Yeah, helping them be hydrated in the hot, hot sun.
With sugar?
Well, it's
We're
ice.
We're all about healthy.
I know. We'll do the sugar-free sugar. The syrup will just be flavoring. It'll be like the healthy Eegees. It's called the Beegees. And then when everyone looks up the popular brand or the Tucson restaurant, either one, they'll find us in Florida.
Band, not brand.
No, the brand and the band. The Eegees brand or the band, the Beegees.
Oh.
And they'll find us.
How'll they find us with Eegees?
Well, because if they're going to look up Eegees, and then we'll make sure we put Eegees, like we are not Eegees, on the website. And so that it, like the SEO on Google, like the search engine optimization, just sends them to us.
Yeah, they won't sue us.
No, we literally says we are not Eegees.
Not to be confused, but
not to be confused with Eegees.
Oh, not to be confused with the Eegees or the Beegees.
Yeah, we are neither of those.
But we do like to sing. We'll just sing the Beegees songs.
Just Beegees songs, but they're covers. So
is your love? Yeah, covers by us.
Yeah, and so it's not like trademark infringement or anything because you're allowed to do covers.
I know, right?
Yeah, and then you'd be cool and refreshed.
There's a whole song that's just like
about Eegees?
No, because it's talking about covers of songs and stuff without getting like sued. Mm-hmm. It's literally called the Cha-Cha. It's called Cha-Cha. It's without slide.
Without slide?
And it's the Cha-Cha slide background music, the entire thing, but just different words. different words.
I swore you could only use part of a song.
It's the whole thing. I'm just like, wow. And it's just so popular now. And people are all dancing to it like, oh my God, this is such a bop. And I'm like, it's a little different, but it's not someone telling you what to do like the cha-cha slide. It's like it's a song, but it's still cha-cha.
I still think you have like the music in the back.
It's the song.
It's tough because of parody laws. Because Weird Al Yankovic made it so that you could do parodies of anything. Yeah. Because like he was the original, I literally stole 100% of your music and changed the words. And then they took him to court like everybody did. Yeah, multiple times. He was the one who kind of set the precedent to say, I'm allowed to make fun of things and say things. And it's like, but it's their music. And it's like, I don't care. It's my song. It's totally original. And all the judges were like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
It's totally someone else's music. So if that guy used parody law and said like, no, I did it as a joke, then it's okay. Because you have to say it was as like a funny thing. It can't be
it's kind of
as
funny.
a bop.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, then you're allowed to do it.
Yeah.
So that's how they did it.
Just like ICP
law.
too. They did it too.
Did they?
There's I like their version.
Yeah.
The chop slide.
The chop slide. No, it's funny. That's them. Yeah, that's unique. That's their brand too.
Yeah.
What's it? Nathan For You did one where he did dumb Starbucks and he changed the logo a little bit, but it literally said Starbucks in it, but it said dumb in front of it. Mm-hmm. And the lawyer was like, well, you have to make sure that you're in a published thing that says that you're a parody artist. Otherwise you're going to get sued. And so he did an art gallery opening and then he made a newspaper because anyone can just sort of publish a newspaper. And then I love that. And then wrote in that it was like a great parody thing. And then if it wins awards, and so he made himself an award, he like showed people like, what was it? The movie of him farting or something. And then it was like, okay, so now, so it's like, so now I am technically an award winning because it was the only film there. I'm an award-winning parody artist.
Random director of a random movie, but he wasn't even credited.
Yeah, that was so funny. And they gave him the award, and so he said, "Yeah, I'm a parody artist." And then he went and did it because then he couldn't get sued for being a parody artist. So that was it. That's what they must have done. They just did enough joke songs to where they could go to court and say, "I'm just a jokester."
Just a joking.
Just a little goof around. Just a little goof. Just new boot goofing.
There was something I really wanted to say when you were saying your story, but I lost it.
Yeah, I ramble a little bit sometimes.
No, you were good. I'm out of it.
Yeah, we put eucalyptus oil on this, but I put a whole like dropper on it.
Oh my God, he kept going, and I was like, "Babe, that's enough oil." And
he was like, "It's so not enough." I did the whole dropper.
And I was like, and I put it on my chest, and I was like, my eyes were burning, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
It smelled like a spa day in our room now.
It does, and now the smell's kind of going away, which is crazy to me. But like it's fading, or my body's just used to it, and my brain's like,
yeah, your brain's just fried from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that thing smelled like an old sock. Was that used?
This is my mother's.
Oh yeah, it smells like old sock.
It smells like rice to me.
Oh man.
Because it's like rice in here.
Old rice. Yeah.
But yeah, I had to get injections.
It's like a little moist. Yeah, it feels moist, babe.
It doesn't feel moist. It feels like moist. It feels like, you know how you had like a childhood blanket or like Minnie's childhood stuffed animals? That's what it feels like.
I was in Alaska. I slept in the snow. I did.
You had nothing. No blanket, no stuffed animals, nothing.
No, my mom would always cover me up and I would kick it off because that's ridiculous. It's for the weak.
Honestly, I don't know what I had. I had stuffed animals growing up. My brother had a blanket, and then Minnie has these two leopard and cheetah blanket stuffed animals. And she's had them since birth.
I had a knife collection and bow and arrows.
There's just a sword in our bathtub.
There is
Minnie's a sword. Always like, why is there a sword in here?
You never know when you have to be prepared.
And you're like the least prepared in the bath, so now we're prepared.
We're very prepared. It's the one from the Lord of the Rings too. So if we ever get any like goblins running up on us, we're good. Any orcs, orcai,
bear seals.
It's gonna glow. Leopard seals.
Leopard seals.
But they're like bears. They're all big.
Whatever. You know what I meant.
Just coming through the door.
Coming through.
Last
Beep, beep.
episode, we did something about leopard seals for anyone who's missing the context there.
Yeah, go watch our last episode.
Yeah, it's about leopard seals.
No, bears.
Bears,
Booze.
beats, bears, booze.
Battlestar
Beats.
Galactica. There's no beats in the title.
There's no beats in the show either. We didn't talk
No,
about beats or
never.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, but we talked about space.
Oh, we did.
So,
So it was kind of
that
everything
works.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah, we actually talked about all the things.
well, do you want to ask a question?
Is it
now?
question time? 10 to
I
1?
can't think of topics. Anything I
Okay.
think of, I keep forgetting. So,
What's the difference between a violin and a viola?
is the viola the bigger one?
I have no idea what a viola looks like, so I can't tell you.
I don't even know what number you're on.
16, no, 17.
You went all the way down to
Yeah.
17?
I have ADHD. This is how I
We're
read.
supposed to be number 7. You literally
Wait,
skip.
We don't.
Because then
you
I'm going
can't.
to see all the answers to the other ones. That's why I go in order.
All right, I guess we'll never know, audience.
Well, no, but you'll have to watch another episode.
Everybody out there,
We're on number 7. What
We're
is the term for
gonna
a
be
game?
back in about a month,
Excuse
and you'll
me.
get the answer.
What is the term for a game where two teams try to carry a ball to the opposing team's end zone? Is that football?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, we'll just go to the next one. That was easy.
What is democracy?
Ooh, that's a good one that you definitely don't know. I've explained it a few times, but you don't know.
Is it? It's not like related to a Democrat, is it?
No.
Okay, democracy is like when we tried to? Is that when it means it's like presidents and stuff
No.
that rule the because it's like royalty and democracy. It's like a good comparison.
Sort of, but not really. Because
So it's not about our politics.
Rome was a democracy and they had empire. So it was an emperor.
Mm.
It is something to do with politics.
Like a ruler, like a
Yeah, that's not about rulers.
the people.
They do something, yeah. What do they do?
They fight for freedom.
No.
They
What
put
did
tea in the harbor.
Well, we did, yeah. But what did women fight for in the suffrage movement?
To vote?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, is it about voting?
Mm-hmm.
There's like a specific...
So in a democracy, the
It
people
hurts to laugh.
do what?
Vote.
Yeah, that's what makes it a democracy.
Oh, I'm crying.
So is America a democracy?
Yes.
No.
We vote.
We do, but we don't vote for all the rules. We
Oh.
are a republic. We're a democratic republic. We get to vote on a set of rules. What's a republic?
People who don't vote.
Well, we're a democratic republic, so we get to vote and we get to have rules. So the people get to make the rules. What a republic is there are a set of rules everyone follows regardless of what people want.
Oh.
So
By the man.
by whoever, whatever body. And the way this works is if you had 5 families and they all had the same start, and one guy and his family went off and they built a huge mansion. And then your neighbors are like, man, that guy's doing such a good job building. We're all going to vote that we just live in his mansion because we live in sheds because we didn't build a house. In a democracy, the majority would win and they would just be able to get his mansion.
Wow.
And that's not good. And so a republic says, here's the rules. If you have property and build it, it's yours. And nobody gets to vote it out of your hands.
It's kind of like freedom, but with reason. They're like the
It's
reason.
freedom with rules, yeah. And so it's like you're free to do the things within the bounds. And then you say, well, if a king determines what the boundaries are, then it's a kingdom and it's not a democracy. So we're a democratic republic where we get to vote on the rules, but we have to follow the rules. And so it doesn't matter how many people don't like you winning at the game. You all played the same rules. So they just won more.
So it's good then.
It's good until you get things where like businesses get to pay for laws, and at which point you just bypass the whole democratic part. Like we shouldn't have businesses being able to pay politicians and stuff like that. Because then the rules aren't determined by most of the people. The rules are determined by who can pay somebody the most. And then it kind of gets rid of the whole point of it being a democratic republic. So they found that a lot of rules that most people were in agreement for but didn't have funding didn't get passed. For instance, there's something called net neutrality, which means companies are like the government, and companies can't control what goes in and out of the internet. So if I post something on the internet, it's free or whatever. Like I can't go to a website and they have to charge you to use YouTube per minute or something like that necessarily. Like if it's on the internet, I get to go see it. You can't put a paywall on websites or have government block website stuff if it doesn't break the law.
I'm confused. You can't have paywalls. What?
So if
on
I have
website?
If I have a service on a website, then they can pay. But if I just wanted to go click on a website, I can't be charged to just go to it. The internet can't like charge you for that. So Cox Internet can't put a paywall on YouTube. YouTube could do a paywall if they wanted you to pay for the service.
I got you.
But like the internet provider can't say, hey, I'm going to make you pay $50 to access these websites. And then you have to pay me $100 per website you access. And then you would only go to 4 or 5 websites because I have to pay you $100 to go to them. So I'm not going to look up anything new on the internet. Net neutrality got rid of that when they got rid of net neutrality. And everybody in America was like, why would you do that? And then all the internet people were like, no, we would never do anything about it. We would never do that. It would be bad for business. We'd never. And it's like, then why would you want to get rid of the law? Well, we're never going to abuse it. I'm like, you are legally bound not to abuse it. So if you're legally bound not to abuse it, why would you get rid of it? So in large, all of America didn't like it. It was like a 95% of Americans did not want that to pass, and it still passed. So if it's a democratic republic and the Democratic side said 95% didn't want it, 5% that paid a lot of money still got it passed. That's when you end up ruining the government, right? That's when you have
Wait, that
problems.
happened?
That did happen. That was a real thing. Yeah.
Wait, so they can do that now? They
They can legally. And it's not a good idea, but it's one of those things where if they wait 50 years, 100 years, when it's like the kids, I mean, just look at the paywalls they're dealing with now. Now it's just on every website. It's normal. It's just the evolution of business, right? But to them, it becomes normal. But to us, like that's an absolute overreach of, because that's the freedom of speech, essentially. If you put a paywall on freedom of speech, okay, Joe Schmo says something you like, it's $2 to get to his website. Someone says something you don't like, then you can make that one a $2,000 website and no one hears it. So freedom of speech has essentially been silenced. If that's how everyone's talking nowadays. Yeah, so it's a weird thing. That's what we're supposed to be, a democratic republic.
I'm just curious what it says the definition is. I'm going to read it.
Go for it.
Let's see. A democracy is a system of government where citizens exercise power by voting. Nice. You explained it well.
Thanks.
That was a lot for my brain, though. I don't usually like politic talk.
No, I don't like politics.
But this is educational.
Yeah, but I don't like politics when you think about the people like players in a game. You know, like I don't want to hear about Putin and Trump and Biden and Obama and all the time.
Right.
And not because it's not important. For everybody out there who does follow it, you're probably doing good. But I used to be really up to date on all the news.
You did.
And it did not affect our daily life. It put us down. We can't control it. We can't fix it. We can't fix the border thing. I can complain about the president all day. It's not going to change anything. It might impact how I vote, but I know enough to know who I would like to vote for to some degree.
Yeah, and I'm sure you still like educate yourself to a point.
To a point, but I don't need to know every policy that goes out. I can't control those policies.
Yeah, and then the news and stuff, we don't really watch the news because it's all negative and it's sad. And of course, it's like, would love to help any way I could. That's why I like spreading positivity, because I can't spend millions of dollars for people or thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars. So,
or $10 where we have no money. We have $600 for the next 2 weeks.
but
And
we
that's
can
of debt
spread
money. That's not
positivity
in our
and
account.
love and happiness, and
Yeah.
that's all free. So I'm glad we can do that
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So that's cool.
Exactly. We figured if you're going to do anything, you may as well just try to give back to your community however you can. And the internet is the way to do that now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just give back. There's no point in waking up and, oh, they did this again. You're like, yeah, of course they will. Welcome to life. But does that help my neighbors? No. Does that help people trying to better themselves? No.
Yeah.
Does it help us? No. So we don't watch it
Yeah.
that much.
But
There's still
again,
something.
no judgment to people if you do watch it.
Yeah.
Like, we just like to watch anime also, and like,
Yeah. We may as
90
well
Day
get ourselves
Fiancé.
positive.
yeah,
Yeah.
stuff that we enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Because also we don't do it often. We don't watch stuff often, so it's like would rather watch it on something that like brings me joy instead of or like fear. We like horror stuff too.
Yeah, they're not even horrifying though. They're like goofy.
And that Evil Dead Rise got
The
me.
Evil Dead Rise, she was like crying. She was crying. She
I was
had
texting my daughter
to text her child, her young child.
to calm me down, but I was very jazzy also, so like very jazzy.
Super.
I think that
spooked.
was right after my surgery.
Well,
got
not
my
after
girls
your
done.
surgery because you couldn't be jazzy.
No, because I could have special gummies. That's what I think I was having.
Oh, you had like a whole pouch Ruski of them. I
had
forgot.
like a whole thing of it, and then we got cozy, and then I was like,
Oh my god! Yeah, that one was great. I want to watch it again.
definitely because I forgot
Smile
some
again
of it.
too.
That one was so good.
Smile was great. What was
Minnie
another
can't
one?
watch that one, huh?
She can watch Smile.
Can she watch Smile?
I mean,
Not
she'll
Evil
be
Dead Rise. That
terrified.
one's scary.
She'll be terrified no matter what. Like, we'll ask her. We won't surprise her. Like, hey,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a really horrifying movie. It's definitely going to scare you. Do you want to watch it? And she tells us no. And sometimes she's like, I'm in the mood for a little mild thrill. She'll like tell you, she's like, I'm not going to do an Evil Dead. I'm not going to do a Smile. She knows it's scary. We've told her it was good. But she'll be like, but I will put on, like, let's put on something a little spooky. Put those on.
That's so funny. Oh yeah, look at 20 minutes.
It's 30, almost 25.
Well, we started at 7:06.
Well, yeah.
Around
I
there.
think we did good. I think we got through. What did we start with? Randomness. What are we going to talk about?
Random dancing.
Random dancing.
We gotta title it something about
Eegees.
democracy or something. Or the Bee Gees.
Beegees.
I mean, that's not really searchable, but
Oh, yeah, it's not really searchable as.
we haven't really been doing the whole SEO thing.
We got to get into the SEO thing though.
Look,
We should just use that vidIQ thing and see if it
Babe,
works.
we're focusing on one thing at a time.
One
We're
thing.
focusing
We're
on one
focusing
thing
on
that's
doing-
brought me a little bit of money so far. So
Like $50. Did you get any more sales? Does it tell you, or does it tell you?
I'm
like,
trying not to
50?
check every day because I kind of get obsessed with it. I'm trying to wait for it to email me because I did check the other day and it didn't say I made any more. So I'm just like, I don't want to check every day. I like that it emails me reports, like weekly reports.
No, that's the healthy way to do it because you obsess and it doesn't change what you do. Like, just make good
Yeah,
videos.
just seeing like still like, oh, zero sales. Like it's just.
Who cares? And in best case, it's like you made 20 sales and you'd be like, woo, but then what? And then you go back to making videos again. So it's like it doesn't change
Now
your
I'm not
day.
like, oh, I could take a break. Like,
Yeah, it's not going to change your day at all. So there's no point. That goes back to the news. Even with positive stuff like this, it's just, is it going to change your day today? Because if it is, then okay, that's one thing. I mean, and the example of that is I have a family member who was a lawyer and he was a divorce lawyer. And he was debating, okay, based off of this law, am I going to open up a divorce lawyer practice? It was for gay marriage. And so being in top of the news changes your day, right? So the moment they said it was legal, he was like, okay, well, my whole day has changed because now I'm going to go make my practice. Because it fits his narrative. So there's certain news that you should be on top of if it's like your business. Regulations and rules and restrictions and
trends.
all that. Trends on TikTok
The
and YouTube
things that
for
we
us.
keep up with, yeah.
Yeah, so there's certain stuff to keep up with, but if it doesn't affect your day, don't bother. That's, I think,
No,
our
it's just
positive
like the
advice.
same way as like checking views and stuff. It's like
Mhm.
I used to obsess over that too. It's like the same thing. It's a new thing to check over and over again.
Mhm.
Which
Doesn't help.
yeah, I could just be making content if I'm worried about it.
Yeah. It's not gonna, it literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the positive advice. Do things that affect your day.
Okay, lovely. Thank y'all for watching. Sorry I'm so out of it. I'm gonna be posting an update about my breast augmentation. That's why I had to get injections today, and so I'm just super sleepy.
Yeah, we're ready to relax. So,
Yeah. So love y'all.
good night.
Gaffa.
Guffaw. That means go laugh. Go laugh at yourself.
Boisterous laugh. Go laugh.
Go laugh at your friends.
And we weren't that funny this episode, so
Go
go
laugh
watch
to
a funny
your
video.
go laugh to your family.
Bye.
Guffaw yourself.